Hi, welcome to monumentalmath.com. Today we're going to be doing adding integers. Integers are complete numbers, no decimals, no fractions, and we're going to have positive or negative ones. You need to be able to work with the negative numbers. It's just a good skill to have. Let's think of negatives in relationship to the positives by using a number line. If you have 0, then you have the positive numbers this way, you have the negative numbers that way. If I start at 0 and I add -5, I get -5. If I start at +5 and I add -5, it just gets me to 0. If I'm at -5 and I add another -5, I have to go to the left and I would get to -10. So when you add a negative, you're going to the left. When you add a positive, you're going to the right. If I'm at -5 and I add +10, I'd add 5 plus 5 more, I'd get to a +5. Okay, let's go ahead and start the first problem. If we have 4 plus something gives us -5, we started in the positives and we ended up in the negatives, which means we must have added a negative number. So we had 4, we had to lose 4 just to get to 0, then we have to go another 5 in order to get to the -5. If you went 4 in this direction and 5 in that direction, you went a total of -9. If we start at 3, and then we end up at -1, which means we started in the positive, but we end up at the negative. We started at 3 and we end up at -1, which means we had to lose all of the positive number and we had to go another -1. Total, -4. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. If you start in the negatives and it gets more negative, must mean you added a negative number. To get from a -5 to a -13 is the same distance as if you went to +5 to a +13. So you went a distance of 8. But you did it in the negatives, so it's -8. This one, we add 8 to something, and we still only end up at +3. So we must have been in the negatives. We add 8, and we still only end up with 3. So we can reverse it. To get from 0 to 3 must have been a distance of 3. And if we have to go a whole distance of 8, and we use up 3, we must have gone a distance of 5. So where were we before? -5. You may want to draw a number line in order to get started on these problems, so go ahead and give it a try. Set 1 of do the math, adding integers. Good luck, and I hope you enjoy the challenge.